Okay, we are going to chant 6th and 7th chapter today. 6th and 7th, both chapters, because that's the best way to do it today. Okay. Om Sri Matre Namaha. Atha Shashtodhyayah. Om Namaschandikayai. Rushiruvacha. इत्याकर्ण्यवचो देव्याः सदूतो मर्षपूरितः समाचष्ट समागम्य दैत्यराजाय विस्तरात् तस्य दूतस्य तद्वाक्यम् आकर्ण्यासुरराट् ततः सक्रोधः प्राह दैत्यानाम् अधिपं धूम्रलोचनम् हे धूम्रलोचनाशुत्वम् स्वसैन्यपरिवारितः तामानय बलाद्दुष्टां केशाकर्षणविह्वलां तत्परित्राणतः कश्चित् यदि वोत्तिष्ठते परः सहन्तव्यो मरो वापि यक्षो गन्धर्व एव वा ऋषिरुवाच तेनाज्ञप्तस्ततः शीघ्रं स दैत्यो धूम्रलोचनः वृतषष्ट्या सहस्राणाम् असुराणां द्रुतं ययौ स दृष्ट्वा तां ततो देवीं तुहिनाचलसंस्थितां जगादोच्चैः प्रयाहीति मूलं शुम्भनिशुम्भयोः न चेत् प्रीत्याद्य भवति मद्भर्तारमुपैष्यति ततो बलान्न याम्यद्य केशाकर्षणविह्वलाम् देव्युवाच दैत्येश्वरेण प्रहितः बलवान् बलसंवृतः बलान्नयसि मामेवं ततः किं ते करोम्यहम् ऋषिरुवाच इत्युक्तः सोऽभ्यधावत्ताम् असुरो धूम्रलोचनः हुङ्कारेणैव तं भस्म सा चकाराम्बिका ततः अध क्रुद्धं महासैन्यम् असुराणां तथाम्बिका ववर्षसायकैस्तीक्ष्णैः तथा शक्तिपरश्वधैः ततो धृतसटः कोपात् कृत्वा नादं सुभैरवम् पपातासुरसेनायां सिंहो देव्या स्ववाहनः कांश्चित् करप्रहारेण दैत्यानास्येन चापरान् आक्रान्त्या चापरेणान्यान् जघान स महासुरान् केषाञ्चित् पाटयामास नखैः कोष्ठानि केसरी तथा तलप्रहारेण शिरांसि कृतवान् पृथक् विच्छिन्न बाहुशिरसः कृतास्तेन तथा परे पपौ च रुधिरं कोष्ठात् अन्येषां धृतकेसरः क्षणेन तद्बलं सर्वं क्षयं नीतं महात्मना तेन केसरिणा देव्याः वाहनेनातिकोपिना श्रुत्वा तमसुरं देव्या निहतं धूम्रलोचनं बलं च क्षयितं कृत्स्नं देवी केसरिणा ततः चुकोपदैत्याधिपतिः शुम्भः प्रस्फुरिताधरः आज्ञापयामास च तौ चण्डमुण्डौ महासुरौ हे चण्ड हे मुण्डबलैः बहुभिः परिवारितौ तत्र गच्छत गत्वा च सा समानीयतां लघु केशेष्वाकृष्य बद्ध्वा वा यदि वः संशयो युधि तदा शेषायुधैः सर्वैः असुरैर्विनिहन्यताम् तस्यां हतायां दुष्टायां सिंहे च विनिपातिते शीघ्रमानीयतां बद्ध्वा गृहीत्वा तामधाम्बिकाम् स्वस्ति श्रीमार्कण्डेय पुराणे सावर्णिके मन्वन्तरे देवी माहात्म्ये शुम्भनिशुम्भसेनानी धूम्रलोचनवधो नाम षष्ठोऽध्यायः सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बिके देवी नारायणि नमोस्तुते नारायणि नमोस्तुते. Now seventh chapter, सप्तमोऽध्यायः. नमश्चण्डिकायै ऋषिरुवाचाम् आज्ञाप्तास्ते ततो दैत्याः चण्डमुण्डपुरोगमाः चतुरङ्गबलोपेताः ययुरभ्युद्यतायुधाः ददृशुस्ते ततो देवीम् ईषद्दासां व्यवस्थिताम् सिंहस्योपरि शैलेन्द्रशृङ्गे महति काञ्चने ते दृष्ट्वा तां समादातुम् उद्यमं चक्रुरुद्यताः आकृष्टचापासिधराः तथान्ये तत्समीपगाः ततः कोपं चकारोच्चैः अम्बिकातानरीन् प्रति कोपेन चास्या वदनं मषीवर्णमभूत्तदा भ्रुकुटीकुटिला तस्याः ललाटफलकाद्रुतम् कालीकराळवदना विनिष्क्रान्तासि पाशिनी विचित्रखट्वाङ्गधरा नरमाला विभूषणा द्वीपि चर्मपरीधाना शुष्कमांसातिभैरवा अतिविस्तारवदना जिह्वाललनभीषणा निमग्ना रक्तनयना नादापूरितदिङ्मुखा सा वेगेनाभिपतिता घातयन्ती महासुरान् सैन्ये तत्र सुरारीणाम् अभक्षयत तद्बलम् पार्ष्णिग्राहां कुशग्राहि योधघण्टा समन्वितान् समादायैकहस्तेन मुखे चिक्षेपवारणान् तथैव योधं तुरगौ रथं सारथिना सह निक्षिप्य वक्त्रे दशनैः चर्वयन्त्यतिभैरवम् एकं जग्राह केशेषु ग्रीवायामथ चापरम् पादेनाक्रम्य चैवान्यम् उरसान्यमपोधयत् तैर्मुक्तानि च शस्त्राणि महास्त्राणि तथासुरैः मुखेन जग्राह रुषा दशनैर्मथितान्यपि बलिनां तद्बलं सर्वम् असुराणां निपातितं ममर्दा भक्षयच्चान्यान् अन्यांश्चाताडयत्तदा असिना निहिताः केचित् खट्वाङ्गताडिताः जग्मुर्विनाशमसुराः दन्ताग्राभिहतास्तथा क्षणेन तद्बलं सर्वम् असुराणां निपातितं दृष्ट्वा चण्डोऽभिदुद्राव तां कालीमतिभीषणां शरवर्षैर्महाभीमैः भीमाक्षीं तां महासुरः छादयामास चक्रैश्च मुण्डः क्षिप्तैः सहस्रशः तानि चक्राण्यनेकानि विषमानानि तन्मुखम् बभुर्युधार्कबिम्बानि सुबहूनि घनोदरम् ततो जहासातिरुषा भीमं भैरवनादिनी कालीकराळवक्त्रान्तः दुर्दर्शदशनोज्ज्वला उत्थाय च महासिंहं देवी चण्डमधावता गृहीत्वा चास्य केशेषु शिरस्तेनासिनाच्छिनत् अध मुण्डोऽभ्यधावत्तां दृष्ट्वा चण्डं निपातितं तमप्यपातयद्भूमौ सा खड्गाभिहतं रुषा हतशेषं ततः सैन्यं दृष्ट्वा चण्डं निपातितं मुण्डं च सुमहावीर्यं दिशो भेजे भयातुरं शिरश्चण्डस्य काली च गृहीत्वा मुण्डमेव च प्राह प्रचण्डाट्टहासमिश्रमभ्येत्य चण्डिकां मया तवात्रोपहृतौ चण्डमुण्डौ महापशु युद्धयज्ञे स्वयं शुम्भं निशुम्भं च हनिष्यसि ऋषिरुवाच तावानीतौ ततो दृष्ट्वा चण्डमुण्डौ महासुरौ उवाच कालीं कल्याणी ललितं चण्डिका वचः यस्मात् चण्डं च मुण्डं च गृहीत्वा त्वमुपागता चामुण्डेति ततो लोके ख्याता देवी भविष्यसि। स्वस्ति श्रीमार्कण्डेय पुराणे सावर्णिके मन्वन्तरे देवी माहात्म्ये चण्डमुण्डवधो नाम सप्तमोऽध्यायः। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बिके देवी नारायणि नमोस्तुते, नारायणि नमोस्तुते। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। हरि ओम everybody. We are doing Markandeya Purananthargata Devi Mahatmyam. It is also called Devi Saptashati, Durga Saptashati or Devi Saptashati. All of them means same thing. This is in Markandeya Puranam, 700 shlokas, mantra puritam means it is everything is mantram, shlokas samaharam. It is in from 78th to 98th chapters in Markandeya Puranam. There are so many stories happens before and after too, but in between these chapters we are seeing now. This one is written by Vyasa Maharshi. There are 18 main Puranas. One of them is Markandeya Puranam. So far we have finished 5 chapters. We are entering into 6th chapter today. 5th chapter is Uttama Charitam. It is in 3 sections: Pradhama Charitam, Madhyama Charitam, and Uttama Charitam. Pradhama Charitam has only 1 chapter. We have finished that. That one is Madhukaitaba Samharam, Kali Mata. Second one is Madhyama Charitam, that is Mahishasura Mardini, destruction of Mahishasura. And then Mahalakshmi Swarupam. Now Uttara Charitam, 5th chapter to 13th chapter. It is Mahasaraswati Swarupam. Today, 5th chapter is full of Devatas did the stutis for about mother. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita, like that we have seen. And then Devi Duta Samvadam. The Duta is nothing but Sugriva, sent by Shumbha Nishumba. Both of them are great demons. And then Devi Duta means mother spoken to them, both that messenger that we have seen elaborately in 5th chapter. Now we are entering into 6th chapter. We already chanted this. This one is Dhumra Lochana Vadha. That is the Dhumra. Lochana means eyes. Dhumra means covered with smoke. Means red eyes and covered with smoke. Means that person cannot see as it is. It is filled with tamogunam. He is a big Rakshasa and servant and messenger of Shumbha Nishumba. And now Rishi Sumedha Maharshi is telling his disciples, Suradha Maharaja, king, and then that businessman, Samadhi, both of them elaborately he's saying. We are entering into 2nd shloka. Itya Karnavacho Devyaha Saduto Marshapuritaha Samachashta Samagamya Daitya Rajaya Vistarat. The Duta Sugriva came to Shumbha Nishumba and told him elaborately what happened. Mother told him, I took vow that whoever can defeat me in the fight, or whoever is can destroy my arrogance, or whoever is equal in strength to me, to that person I'm going to marry. So just go and tell your king Shumbha and Nishumba, and then ask them to come here. I'm not coming anywhere. That is the message mother gave. And now he's telling elaborately, listening to that Sugriva's message. Now Shumbha is getting very angry. Tasya dutasya tadvakya makarnya surarartataha sakrodaha praha daityana madhipam dhumralochanam. Listening to that Dhumralochana's word, Shumbha got so angry, and then he said, now I'm going to send Dhumralochana, Sugriva's word, listening to him, I'm going to send another servant. His name is Dhumralochana. And then he's telling his Dhumralochana, giving the order Fifth shloka. Tat paritrana tat kaschid jati votishtate paraha sahantavyo marovapi yaksho gandharva eva va. No matter whoever comes from divine field, yaksha, gandharva, kinnara, kimpursha, or anybody, do not spare anybody. Just fight with them and destroy everybody and bring that lady, woman here. I am going to marry her. That's what Shumbha's order. Not knowing mother's greatness, mother's power, and not knowing she is the universal mother. That is what Rakshasas think. At the same time, Devis, Devatas and Devis and Rishiganas and Munis thinks mother is mother as universal mother, and they take refuge and they take surrender to mother. So that's what the difference between Rakshasas and divine people. And now again the Sumedha Maharshi saying elaboration, and listening to that king's words, Shumbha and Dhumralochana took lot of his army, means 60,000, 80,000, and all the army. It says Radha, Gaja, Turaga, Padati, means Chaturanga Balas, 4 types of army. One is Radha, means chariots. Gaja means all the elephants. Turaga means horses. Padati means whoever is walking. All of them he took it and went to Himalayan mountains. This is the beautiful portion. Each time the Rakshasas goes there and sees the mothers. 8th shloka in 6th chapter. Sadrishtvatam tato devim tuhinachala samstitam jagatochaihi prayahiti moolam shumbha nishumbhayoho. They went to Himalayan mountain and Tuhinachala samstitam means that snow-clad mountains. And mother is sitting on her lion, Simham, Simhasyopari. And mother also shining golden color. That's why we chant Hiranyavarnam Harinim Suvarna Rajatasrajam. And all the shining and brilliance, radiance, filled with all the spaces, inner space, everything, everywhere, all 10 directions. Beautiful form of mother. That's what Dhumralochana saw, but he is not able to see as universal mother. That is the problem. And then he says to that mother, and even holding your hair, mother, my master told me to bring you. Listening to those Dhumralochana's words, Devyuvacha, mother is speaking now. 11th shloka, beautiful one. Daityeshvarena prahito balavan balasamrutaha balan nayasi mamevam tatha kimte karomyaham. Mother is compassionate and she's keeping her smile on her face and saying, you are right, your master is very, very powerful, Balan. And then you are also very powerful, oh Dhumralochana. And you are taking me with your force, with the strength. No doubt about it. But what can I do? I took that vow. Remember, I already told you, and I told your master knows, and you also know. Whoever defeats me in the war, that is my vow. And whoever can take out my darpam, that pride, and then whoever is equal to me, to that person only I will marry. That is my vow. What to see, what to talk about, I did not see that foresight. I did not see far, but I have no choice. Tell them. Then that Dhumralochana got so mad. This is the really beautiful way we need to visualize and picturize and meditate. This is not a small fight. And he, from 5th chapter, 6th chapter to 10th chapter, each one get destroys. Beautiful message is given in this, all these chapters, 6th to 10th. And then the mothers, he ran to mother, Dhumralochana. Mother said, Ityukta sobhya dhavatta masuro Dhumralochanaha hunkarena iva tambhasma sachakara ambika tada. He was running towards the mother and not knowing he's going to get destroyed. He thought he can hold on to get hold of mother. He was running like a moth runs towards the fire. And then at that time, mother did the hunkaram, that is the mantram. Just listening to that sound, he just became like ashes, bhasma. He turned into ashes. He could not even withstand mother's sound, that nadam. This is all nadanu Everything is mantram. Even that Hanuman Chalisa, we say, bhuta preta bhuta pishacha nikata nahi avai. Listening to Hanuman mantra, Hanuman Chalisa, even all the bhuta ganas, pishacha ganas, all negativities, they will not even come near to the devotee. Same thing happened. Listening to that hunkaram, he could not withstand. Dhumaralochana became turned into ashes. And now all the army, big army is there. Then what happened to that? He is describing beautifully on 15th shloka. Tato dhuta satakopat krutva nadam subhairavam papatasura senayam simho devya svavahanaha. All that army, mother's vehicle, simham means lion. Simha Vahini, mother is described as Simha Vahini here. And then she took care of that whole army with her teeth, big teeth, all that army, Rakshasas army, she's chewing. Some of them with nails, they're scratching them. Some with a roar, like, oh. And then Simhanadam, they could not even withstand. And then some of them with her panja, with the feet, and some of them just doing that hair, and then all of them got destroyed. That's what happened. Everything, the Simham, lion, took care of it. Kesham chitpatayamasa nakhaihi koshtani kesari. Kesari means lion. And then with all the army got destroyed. And listening to that, and then that whoever is left over, a couple of them went to that Shumbha, that master, and told them, this is the 20th shloka. Shrutva tamasuram devya nihatam dhumralochanam balam chakshaitam kritsnam devi kesarina tataha. At that time, that listening, what he heard is Mother Devi destroyed Dhumralochanam, that Rakshasa, and all the army got destroyed, but with that Kesari means lion. Listening to that, he got so upset. Then what he did is, he sent another army, another his great messengers. They are Chanda Munda. They are Mahasurau. Ajñapayamasa chatau Chanda Mundau Mahasurau. Great asuras. Even asuras has also classification. How the devotees has classification, same way he is Mahasurau, great asura. Both of them, Chanda Munda. Then he is telling, ordering both of them. 22nd shloka. He Chanda, he Munda, Balair Bahubhi Parivarito, Tatra Gachata Gatvachasa, Samaniyatam Laghum. He Chanda, he Munda, both of you go there with a big army and then bring mother, that lady. He won't say mother, the lady, bring with all that with here, so that way I can marry. Bring, and he's telling them how to do it. Kesheshva Krishya, Kesheshva Krishya, Kesheshu Akrushya, or Badva, means holding her hair or tying her, but do not kill her. Tie her and bring her here. That's the order he told Chanda Munda. And then 24th is the most beautiful. Tasyam hatayam dushtayam simhe cha vinipatite Shigramagamyatam Badhva Gruhitva Tamadhambikam. Do not forget that Simham, that lion, he's so afraid because he can destroy so much army. Do not first take care of that lion and then take care of the lady. So that's what the order given to Chandamunda by Shumbha, the master. And now with this, we are going to conclude this sixth chapter. Swasti Sri Markandeya Purane Savarnike Manvantare Devi Mahatme Shumbha Nishumba Senani Dhumra Lochana Vadho Nama Shashtodhyayaha Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambike Devi Narayani Namostute. Now this sixth chapter is Dhumra Lochana Vadha. He got destroyed, but with Hunkaram, that is nothing but a mantram. And then all the army took care of by that Simham, means the lion. Now we have seen the greatness about Simham, lion, in second chapter. But I'm going to go over again. Maybe some people might have missed it, or beautiful, because Simham, it's not an ordinary Simham, extraordinary lion, filled with the divine qualities, all the divine powers. Then we can go to the next chapter. First, I'm talking about the lion. Grivayam Madhusudanasya Shirasi Srinila Sri Devi Girijalalata Palake Vakshastale Sharada Shadvaktro Manibandha Sandhishu Karnau Yasya tu Chashvinau cha Bhagavan Simho Mamastu Ishtadaha. And Sri Simhaya Mahabalaya Namaha. This is the mantram. Sri Simhaya Balaya Namaha. Simham is nothing but, for example, for Shiva, we worship Nandi, the bull, before we enter into Shiva Bhagavan. But the same thing with mother, Simham, lion is mother's vehicle. That is why we always have to do the salutations to Simham, the lion, before we prostrate to mother. But we usually, Nandi is kept outside, but here mother is sitting on that lion. That is why we may not observe or we may not see, but still we can meditate and think that lion is there and do the salutations. Om Simhaya Balaya Namaha. That's what we need to say and do the worship. And then why? Because mother Simham, I use word Simham, you all know, that is the lion has Grivam, means neck is nothing but Lord Vishnu. Shirasi means head is nothing but Rudra Bhagavan. And Lalata means forehead. Simham forehead, nothing but Girija Devi, mother of the universe. Vakshastale means the chest is nothing but Sharada Devi. And Manibandha Sandhishu means all the joints of wherever the joints are, feet, hands, all of the joints are Shadvaktraha, means nothing but Subramanyeswara Swami. And Karnau means ears are nothing but Ashwini Devatas. And that Simham, please, Mamastu Ishtadaha, or whatever I desire, whatever I need, whatever needs get fulfilled, my desires gets fulfilled. Please bless me, O Simham. That is the prayer we need to do. And then more parts are given, but I'm not chanting all the shlokas. Netra means eyes are Shashi Shure Bhaskarau, means sun god and moon. Danta means teeth are Vasuvulu, means Ashta Vasuvulu. Naluka, tongue is nothing but Varuna Devata. All of them are divine, filled with the divine qualities. Devata are sitting on that Simham. Chin and cheeks are nothing but Yaksha Kubera Yama. Lips and Sandhya Dvayam, because two lips. It is called Voshtamulu in Sanskritam. Morning Sandhya and evening Sandhya means twilight zone. Sides, both sides is Naga Devata, means serpent power. And heart is Sadhya Devatas. Back means Vajri, Indra Devata. Griva Sandhishu, neck area, that is all the joints, so many nerves and nadis are there. They are nothing but 27 stars. We have Ashwini, Bharani, Krittika, Mrugashira, Vishakha, Chitta, Anuradha, Purvashada, Shatabisha, all those nakshatras are there, stars, and they are all residing there. And Hunkaram, we just heard that a lion roars, that, that roar is nothing but Chandi Devi. And then like that, whole body is all the divine qualities, whole form is nothing. And then all the hair is coming from sun god's rays. And then pranam means life force is Matruka Devatas. Whole form is nothing but Lakshmi Kala. That is why it is golden color. Lion is so beautiful, ferocious, like a hero, heroine, hero. So like that, Lakshmi Kala. That's why, for far away we appreciate it and we take pictures. That is why Hiranya Varnam Harinim. And the whole thing is Agnis, Chandra, Surya, that mixed with red and gold, white, golden color. So that when we meditate on that Simham, what happens? Bala Rishtas means all the children will go through a lot of difficulties sometime. All of them will go away. And Graha Badhas means we hear Rahu Graham, Ketu Graham, or Shani Graham, or we go to so many temples and do a lot of worships. We can just chant this Devi Mahatmyam, everything will be taken care of. And then Jataka Doshas means defects in astronomy, astrology. We go for a lot of all the grahas in mother's vehicle. What to talk about mother? They are all staying near mother's feet. All grahas, sun, moon, even Vishnu Bhagavan, Shiva Bhagavan, everybody is staying and worshipping mother. That is why greatness of Durga Saptashati, everything will be taken care of. So that is the greatness of Simham. That is why Shumbha got so angry, so afraid of this lion. So with that, we are concluding 6th chapter. Now we are entering into 7th chapter. All of them are most beautiful. Just to visualize all this, just to meditate. Don't think it is just a war or fight between demons and Devi, because this is Dharma Yuddham. Dharma means righteousness. That's the fight. This is sadhana sangramam. For us, every time we go through this, should I go to satsanga or not? Should I listen to this music, this Devi Mahatmyam or not? Or Lalita Sahasranamam or not? Or Vishnu Sahasranamam or not? Or all these, or should I do meditation or do something else? I don't have time. This inner war goes on. Inner conflict, that is the fight. That's why they are so showing picturization and depicting like in a story form. So this is sadhana sangramam. So that's how we need to take it. All these negativities pop up. First, when we sit for meditation, we all experience that. It's not strange. It's we all know that. So that's why we need to worship Mother. Now, Saptamodhyaya, we already chanted this one. This one is Chanda Munda Vijrumbhana. That Chanda, Munda, both of them are demons. And then second shloka, now the Rishi is telling Sumedha Maharshi, that is how it is going. So Sumedha Maharshi, dialogue between Sumedha Maharshi and Surada Maharaja and Samadhi, the businessman. Remember, from first chapter onwards, he's telling, because he wanted to know mother's glory, mother's vibhuti, mother's form, and mother's leela, all that. That's why the Rishi is saying in elaborately, Ajñaptaste tato daityas chanda munda purogamaha cheturanga balopeta yayurabhyujyata yudhaha. That what happened is, listening to his king, who is that Chanda Mundas and Shumbha Nishumbhas, the masters. Chanda Mundas started going forward. Then they went to Himalayan mountain. At that time, same again, third shloka. Dadrishuste tato devi nishadda samyavastitam Simhasyopari Shailendra Shrunge Mahati Kanchane. They have seen mother how with a little bit Ishat Dasam, small smile on her face. And then Simhasyopari, sitting on that lion. We have just seen how great that lion is. Shailendra Shrunge, and then beautiful snow-clad mountains, and they are filled with shining with red and white Hiranyavarnam Harinim, golden color rays. Mother is also shining in golden color. Beautiful. That shine is filled with the whole universe, whole space, inner space, and all the 10 directions everywhere. Mahati Kanchane, great shine. Mother is shining. Beautiful form is given. Just to meditate, feel that form, connect to that form. But the Rakshasas, Chandamunda, are not seeing as mother. They are thinking she's just ordinary lady. That is the difference between Munis, Rishis, and Devatas and Asuras. So that's what this is how it is going. And then they really went to attack mother. At that time, mother, they also went with so much Chaturanga Bala again. Same thing. Took a lot of army, like all these Radha, Gaja, Turaga, and Padati, means a lot of elephants, horses, and chariots, and walking forces, everything with the big army. Chandamunda, seeing that, now mother got, now let's see mother, how she's reacting. Kope nachasya vadanam. Okay, 5th shlokam. Tata kopam chakaro chair ambika tanarin prati kope nachasya vadanam mashi varnam abhutada. Mother became very angry, and then mother's face became black. And then what she did is 6th shloka, beautiful one. Now this is Kali Devi Avirbhavam. This is, according to Veda, it is called Saguna Brahma Vupasana. Form is given for us to meditate. Beautiful form. Bhrukuti Kutila Tasya Lalata Palakadrutam Kali Karala Vadana Vinishkranta Sipashini Vichitra Khatwanga Dhara Naramala Vibhushana Dvipi Charma Paridhana Sushka Mamsati Bhairava Ati Vistara Vadana Jihva Lalana Bhishana Nimagna Rakta Nayana Nada Purita Dimukha. From 5th shloka to 8th shloka, this is 6th to 8th shloka, 3 shlokas, beautiful Kali form is given. How she emerged. When mother was angry, Bhrukuti Kutila Tasya, mother folded her eyebrows. Eyebrows means nothing but Agnya Chakram, third eye. From the third eye, the Kali Karala Vardhana, from that knot of that eyebrows, Kali Swarupam appeared. She is also Karala Vadana, Bhishana Kruti, very ferocious. And then she is holding, first showing the Ayudhas, weapons. Khadgam, Venishk, Asi Pashini, means the sword and the rope. And then Vichitra Khatwanga Dhara, Khatwangamu means another type of weapon. It's like a stick, and the skull stays on the top. You must have seen in the pictures. Kali Devi, always we see that. And then Naramala Vibhushana, most famous Kali Swarupam, most ferocious Kali Swarupam. Naramala means skulls, holding the skulls on her neck. And then she's wearing Dvipi Charma Paridhana, means tiger skin as her cloth. Now 4 hands, she's holding the sword, and then the Khatwangam, and then wearing Naramala, skull as garland, and cloth as tiger skin. and Ati Vistara Vadana, big face, Jihva Lalana Bhishana, tongue is hanging outside, and very long tongue hanging outside. Nimagna Raktanayana, eyes are filled red in color. And then she did the Nada Purita Dingmukha. She did the roar, because this is the Nadanusandhanam. With that roar, all the Rakshasas got very scared. Beautiful Kali form. See, now let us see all this. We need to see the essence too. And then we'll decode all these names, all the Rakshasas later on. That is why do not miss these chapters. Very important. When we listen live, there is a very vibrations are different. You all know that. And then this is a Narakapala, means that skull is representation of, giving us the message. Oh, people, oh Manava, oh Jivas, one of these days you are going to come here. This human birth, indeed very rare. Just make use of this human birth, living in the present moment. And thinking about me means Lord of the universe. And then try for liberation. That is the highest goal you can achieve. Otherwise, that human birth will be wasted. That is the message Kali Devi is giving. Then Kali means nothing but Kala Swarupa, means time. Kalo Jagad Bhakshakaha. In time, everything is born, everything is going. All positive, negative, everything happens in time only. We all know that. And Kalo Kalayata Maham, even Sri Krishna says in 11th chapter. This is nothing but Virat Swarupam. That is what we are going to see. This is the only beginning. That roar, everybody got scared. And then now, how she is walking, Adbhuta Varnana, beautiful description. Just to meditate with that form. Mother is walking in that battlefield. Parshnigraha Kushagraha Yodha Ganta Samanvitan Samadayeka Hastena Mukhe Chikshepa Varanan. And then some of them, she's taking them like for example, like how we eat our peanuts and batanis, just swallow one after the other. She just swallowing all the elephants, and then all the horses, and then who is riding on those horses, one after the other. She's swallowing everybody. Some of them she's taking by their hair, some of them with the neck, some of them with their feet, swallowing them. Mahakali, Mahagrasa, Mahashana. Because this is Layaswarupam. Do not think how mother can do it. This is like a dissolution time. That's how we need to see. Everything goes in time. Beautiful description, even Virat Swarupam. Yadha nadinam bahavom buvegaha. All the rivers enter into the ocean fiercely, forcefully. In the same way, all of them are entering into mother. Yadha pradiptam jvalanam patangaha. Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, how the moth goes towards that firefly. In the same way, all these Rakshasas are going to that Jvalam, that Kali Swarupam, that Jvalanam, they are going inside. And then mother also, Lelihyase grasamana samantat. She's also licking them. How we lick our pickles when we eat dinner, same thing, she's also taking them inside. Kala Swarupam, Virat Swarupam, everybody is going inside. All those are Rakshasas. And then everything, how all this is description is given. 16th shloka. Kshanena tadvalam sarvam asuranam nipatitam drishtva chendobi dudravatam kali mati bhishanam. Everything happened in kshanam, like a fraction of a second. They are all going inside. And looking at that, Chanda Munda got very, very scared. And then they also, whatever remaining army, they were running towards mother, not knowing they are going to be swollen by Kali Mata. Then how they are going is given in 18th shloka. Tani chakranyanekani vishamanani tanmukham baburyudharka bimbani subahuni ghanodharam. Ghana udaram means a big stomach. How that stomach, a beautiful example is given. See, that is why the shlokas are so nice. That's why I'm taking up a lot of shlokas too, that we can connect to them. Baburya yadha arka bimbani, just as the arka means sun god goes like all these goes into, okay, let me give you how it is. In the space, in the antariksham, let us imagine that black hole. Black hole is nothing but representation of Kali, Layasvarupam, dissolution. It always happens. We don't know in Ananta Kalam, time is infinite. And in that black hole, all of them are going, like the suns are going inside. In the same way, all these Rakshasas, just as Yadha means, just as that example is given, with all these weapons, all their ayudhas, everything, all of them are going inside mother, that Mahakali, Mahagrasa, Mahashana, mother, Kali Swarupam, and then whole cosmos description. That's how we need to see. And black is representation of Karshaka Shakti, means pulls us inside. That is why even Krishna, we say, Neela Megha Shyama, Akarshana, everything gets pulled. Gopika gets pulled away with that enchanting, beautiful form of Lord Krishna. In the same way, they are all going inside. But here, this is the Laya Swarupam, going inside. That and then that's everybody, even Chanda Munda are also coming near to mother. And then at that time, that Simham, do not forget that lion, 20th shloka. Utthaya cha mahasimham devi chandamadhavata gruhitva chasya kesheshu shirastena sina chinatam. They want to attack a lion. That time mother could not bear anymore. She said, time has come to take this Chanda and Munda Rakshasas. Now I cannot spare anymore. I gave them the enough time. At that time, 21 shlokam, Adha Mundobhya Dhavattam Drishtva Chandam Nipatitam Tamapyapata Yadbhumau Sakhatkabhyatam Rusham. Mother took her sword, beautiful form, Kali form. Imagine, visualize, and get connection to that mother, holding on their hair and their head. Mother took the sword and then just chopped their head. Namas Chandikaye Namo Namaha. And then Munda Sura got destroyed. Chanda, now Chanda Sura time. Again, mother took his hair and then his head and took the sword and destroyed that head. Now what she did is beautiful one. Just visualize this form, because this is all destruction of negativities, all the negative thoughts in us. That's how we need to take it. Head is representation of negative thoughts. 23rd shloka. Siras chandasya kali cha gruhitva mundameva cha praha prachandatta hasa mishramabhyetya chandikam. Holding Chandasura head and one Mundasura head in both hands, and mother walked towards Chandika Devi. That from that Chandika Devi, Kali Mata Avir took form. Remember, from her eyebrows, that knot of her eyebrows, Now Chandika, the Kali Mata is going to Mother Chandika, and then Attahasam doing with a great roar. Then went there and told Mother, O Chandika Mata, Maya tavatro pahurtau chanda mundau mahapashu yuddha yagne swayam shumbham nishumbham chahanishyasi. O Mother, these two Chanda Mundasuras are Mahapashus. Great. Maha means great. Pashu means animals. They are not not ordinary animals. Great animals filled with negativities, filled with wrongdoing, filled with wrong actions, filled with wrong thoughts. They deserve to get. I offered both of them this. Yajna, Yuddha Yajna means this is the battle for dharma, a righteous war, righteous fight, means increase for the Daivi qualities, divine qualities, positive qualities. In that war fight, I offered these both pashus, and now these two are destroyed. O Mother, you take care of Shumbha and Nushambha. With that, now Rishi Sumedha Maharshi concluding this chapter, before concluding, he's saying, Tava nitau tato drishtva chanda mundau mahasurau uvacha kalim kalyanim lalitam chandika vachaha yasmat chandam cha mundam cha gruhitva tvamupagata chamundeti tato loke khyata devi bhavishyasi. O Suradha Maharaja, now Sumedha Maharshi is saying, O Maharaja, O King, Mother saw Chandika Mata, saw the Kali Mata and told how she is Kalim Lalitam and Chandika Kalyani, auspicious mother, Chandika mother. Lalitam means most beautiful, most compassionate Kali. Remember, we have seen elaborately. Don't forget all those. Even destruction of all these Rakshasas is nothing but mother's compassion, giving them Veera Swargam. And then that she's saying, O Kali Mata, now your name is called Chamunda, because he took out that Chanda Munda Asuras. Now people call you Chamunda. That's how Kali Mata got the name Chamunda. Namas Chandikayai Namo Namaha, Chamundayai Namo Namaha. This Chamundeswari Alayam, Mysore, very famous, beautiful temple is there. Very, very beautiful. Everybody must see that temple. Very powerful place. That's how she got Chamunda Namam from this. That's the beauty of Devi Mahatmyam. We are seeing so many names. How she got Chamunda, destruction of Chanda Munda Asura. That's how she got Chamunda. Now with that, we will see all that, decode all this. Now we will see. Now Swasti Sri Markandeya Purane Savarnike Manvantare Devi Mahatme Chanda Munda Vadho Nama Saptamodhyayaha Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambike Devi Narayani Namostute Narayani Namostute. So that with that, Sumedha Maharshi completed 7th chapter. Now, what is that Chamunda representation of? We need to see the essence. We need to decode the names. That we will do later, after a destruction of all the Asuras. And now the essence of Chamunda, Tattvam, is nothing but Akhanda Brahma Vidya, Parabrahma Parameshwari Swarupam, Param Jyoti Swarupam. And then that is why I need to connect that source in me. I have to connect to that source, which is right now, it is outside, we are thinking, but that is also inside. Chamunda Devi, I need to connect to that source, myself. That is inner self. That is nothing but Parabrahman. That is Chamunda Devi. That is the first point. And then Chamunda, the Chamu means Samoham, means group. all the Sena group. Anekam means manyness. That is one meaning. Means whenever we open our eyes, we see the world. We see manyness. So many things, so many buildings, so much money, so many objects, so many people, so many animals, so many trees, so many plants. So much we see manyness. Then Chamunda makes us to take us to oneness. Ekam, ekameva advitiyam, ekatvam anupashyati, eka bhaktir visishyate. Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that eka bhakti is the greatest bhakti. Means anekam to ekam, manyness to oneness. We are trained to see only manyness. Chamunda Devi helps us to take us to oneness, ekam. Oneness means unite with individual self to the totality, that ourself, that individual ahankara, that jiva pravrutti will be destroyed. Means individuality will be merged into totality. That is Chamunda. Then we will have the inclusiveness of everything, totality, wholesome thinking we will develop. This is the best way of living. This is what we need to, that's what Ramana Maharshi always says, who am I inquiry? You need to know who you are. This is what our purpose, and this is what who we are, ekam, that oneself. And then whatever is that, so many manyness, we will see some examples. Indriyas, organs of perception, they are many. Eyes, ears, nose, throat, all of them, skin, and organs of perception, many in us also. Hands and feet and speech, all of them. And then pranas are many. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, again manyness. And then panchabhutas, space, air, water, fire, and earth. So everything is many, many, many. And because we don't go for quality, we go for quantity. Quality is the ekam. Quality is an quantity. So go for how much bank balance I have. So much quantity we look forward. If world is like that, look for quantity, not the quality. Quality is ekam. This is called, world gives only information. This is transformation. Chamunda gives us transformation. That way we can connect to our source. And then this is the information world gives. That's why in Google, everywhere we get so much information. So this is the Chamunda, the inner meaning. Chamundeshwari, take us to that oneness. So now that's why she is auspicious. Mangalam, Chandika, Lalitam, Kalyani means most auspicious. She helps us. That's what we saw the elaborately. And then let us all pray. Chamunda Devi takes us to that oneness. That is what our goal is. Human beings' goal. Go to that oneness. Give us that parabhakti. Ekam, ekameva advitiyam. That one became many. Bahusyam. Then same thing with the Sri Chakram. Let us say mother's geometrical form is Sri Chakram. That Sri Chakram is also first, if we go from the top, Bindu, the dot where Shiva and Shakti are together, that is one. In us also crown chakram, that is called Sahasrara Chakram, Sarvanandamay Chakram. This is top of our head. That is nothing but bliss, nothing but happiness. Both Shiva and Shakti are together, but we will not stay. According to Vedantins, they are in our heart. Hrudayastha Raviprakhya, staying in our heart, but we don't connect to the heart. Our attention goes towards outside, always goes outside. Outside world gives me happiness. Outside things gives me happiness. Outside situations give me happiness. Outside people gives me happiness. No, Chamunda Devi, the essence of Devi Mahatmyam is happiness is within us. Right now, we do not know. That's why we go outside to that manyness. We acquire so many things. Acquiring, we feel we get happiness, but happiness is not there. That's what representation of Chamunda. So this is the essence. Same thing that Sri Chakram, right? I started with that. Many, as you go down, everything, triangle, 8 triangles, 10 triangles, again 10 triangles, 14 triangles, 16 petals, 18 petals, and the square. Manyness, the word appeared from that oneness to manyness. Again, our sadhana, this is nothing but sadhana sangramam. First, we saw in the beginning, this is our sadhana. Now go back to our source, the Chamunda Devi. We are seeing manyness to oneness. So may that Sarvamangala Devi, may that Chamunda Devi bless us to go to our source, to that oneness. With that, I'm going to conclude. We did 6th and 7th chapter, Dhumra Lochana Vadha, Chanda Mundasura Vadha. We saw Kali Devi and Chamunda Devi. Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambike Devi Narayani Namostute Narayani Namostute. Om Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Harihi Om, everybody.